A diplomat is supposed to represent one country inside another country. So you would send a diplomat to another country to work on your relationship with them. You wouldn't send a diplomat over to another country to interfere in their internal political affairs. That person would be an agent. They would be more akin to someone from the CIA or MI6. They wouldn't actually be diplomats. They would just be meddling in another country under the disguise of being a diplomat. So, and the West has a real problem with this. Their diplomatic corps really aren't full of diplomats. They're full of meddlers. So here's RT. After Russia booted out 3 EU diplomats, Moscow's man in Brussels says it's hard to imagine his staff attending protests abroad. And here it says, I find it difficult to even imagine a situation in which any of my staff would have participated in such a rally, even as an observer. And what he's saying is, it is one thing to analyze and monitor the situation in the host country, and another thing to participate. The 3 European diplomats in Moscow and St. Petersburg, who were declared persona non grata, did exactly that. And we see the US and Europe doing this all the time. Their so-called diplomats are always involved in political affairs in their host country. And I just want to point out this little article from 2019. This is the foreign minister of Thailand slamming diplomats for accompanying Thanathorn. Here they all are. There's Thanathorn surrounded by white men from Europe, from the US, from Australia, from Canada. Actually, they have the whole list here. Australia, Belgium, Canada, Finland, France, Germany, the Netherlands, the UK, and the US, as well as EU and UN human rights officials. They all went there. And of course, they didn't just go there to observe. They are surrounding him. They were interacting with him. They were participating in this. This was not monitoring or analyzing. This was them doing a very public show of support for Thanathorn. This is overt political interference. This is not diplomacy. And every single one of these so-called diplomats breached protocol, breached international norms, and of course, the foreign minister has every right to slam this. And if any other country did this in the US or in the EU or in the UK or Australia or Canada, these diplomats would be ousted from the country. They would be thrown out of the country, which is what Russia did to these EU diplomats. And I think what needs to happen is more countries doing this. And I think countries outside of the West, they need to start uniting and backing each other up on this. To my Patreon patrons who make these videos possible on a day-to-day basis, thank you so much for that support. Please like and share the video if you thought it was useful. Think about subscribing to my channel. It helps the channel grow, and if you hit the little bell icon, it'll actually notify you when I post up a new video. To everyone everywhere helping me in absolutely every way, I really appreciate that support. It's what makes all of this possible. And as always, thank you for watching.